Hello everyone, it's our Friday chat again about gloves, and as promised we're doing a 16 ounce lace up glove, and we've got to include the Fly Super Lace X, our club glove, the Adidas Tilt 350 and the rival RS 100s. Sort of along the same mix. Obviously we do our hybrid, which is around the same price as these, the hybrid sparring glove, and we do the pro sparring as well, although we're thinking of phasing this one out. I'm just going with these two in the future because these two sell much better. A lot of the local pros take these, but I've not sold that many outside of the northwest of England, funny enough. But there you go. Here we go. Right, now these Fly Super Lace X, they're actually owned by the same family, the two brothers. The younger one gave us the Super Loop last week, those 12 ounce Velcro ones. His older brother has given us these to test. As you can see, he gets a bit of a nosebleed on when he spars, but they're the same age, a couple of months old. So you can see them, they are, apart from the laces, they are in fairly good condition, apart from a few little things I'll go through shortly. Now, much the same as, obviously the same as the Velcro one, basically. They're a soft, sort of pre-broken in type foam. The PU version, as we know, like a micro. I don't like to call that a microfiber, that, because this is microfiber on the RS 100s, and this is slightly, well, I'd say a lot harder wearing than this. But I'll go into that when I talk about the rival glove. First of all, right, now obviously this is going to compete with our club range glove. And you can see ours is a bit thinner, sort of more sleek looking. Obviously it's leather, so it's hard. I know I'm comparing the PU glove with the leather glove. Really, the leather glove is the same padding, same model, same thing, but somewhere up near £400, $450. So can I compare it that way? Probably quality wise, yeah, but price wise, they're £75, what, $95. So it's just for example, really. So anyway, they're much the same as the Super Loop we had last week in shape, where the thumb just seems to curve on that end bit there, which I can show you. If you look at the way that one curves that way, just at the end, where our gloves, we have like a curve. It's a gradual curve for the whole thumb, because your thumb curves from there, not just like that, it curves all the way. So that's why it should be a thumb shape like that. It's more comfortable that way for me anyway. Everybody's got different hands, but that's the way it is. Now I'll put the glove on. It's roomy inside, which it should be for the 16 ounce. Again, I've got that where my fingers are coming up to there, so it is, like I said last week again, this part is a little long here, and it stops you curling. It stops you curling it into a tight fist, and your thumb sort of goes that way, right? So this is empty here, but it's, like I say, it's the pre-broken in feel of the glove. They come with the wrist fairly well. They do have the lace track type of thing, which Rival did originally, as we know. They have the satin lining, nylon satin, and the little tiny 16 ounce label there. Nothing else on them, no breather holes, none on the thumb, nothing there, no exterior signs or anything, just the Fly and the logo, which is minimalist. A lot of people like the minimalist look, but again, this one seems to be, maybe it's because obviously the padding's thinning out and it goes into nothing at the end, so maybe that's why it's very soft there around the fingertips. But that's the fly glove. Retails, I think, £180, £185, $2.5, $2.10 for a PU glove. Now, the one I'm comparing it with, which is our club glove, I think we're slightly longer in the forearm, and my fingers go down to the bottom, and I can make a nice tight fist. And like I say, my thumb goes to the right direction, and it gradually curves correctly. Now, as you know, ours have all the air breather holes in, which is essential really for not being stuffy and rotten. I would imagine, I'm only guessing saying this, people saying I'm biased as usual, but with this glove, because it has no breather holes, when you're trying to dry them out in any particular way, sweat rots. It's caustic, you sweat, and it rots. So if it gets through the lining, it's going to destroy whatever padding you've got in there foam wise. It will destroy it. So I'm a bit, is there a lot of durability and longevity in this glove? I don't know. Like I say, these are only a few months old. I've not seen any that are over a year old, so please tell me if you're a fly enthusiast or you've used them and you like them. Did they last over a year? I would probably say the PU would, but because of the lack of breather holes and the satin type lining, nylon satin, this does tend to tear easy, this kind of satin. That's why we use this more modern, more comfortable sweat repellent soft lining, and all our, even in our head guards we use that. Now, as for price wise, I was saying our hybrid horsehair foam glove is around the same price. So that's all leather construction. It has this is a 14 ounce just for showing it. It has all the breather holes, the same nice soft lining, perfect curve in the thumb, and that's the same money as that. I suppose you could also say our Pro Sparring glove has got that softer feel. It's a bit thicker. But again, these are only £100. That's I've just slipped our lace to Velcro things on that for advertising purposes on the shelf. But again, if you look at this glove, it's got all the curves in the thumb. It's got all the air holes. You can see more on this one, the size. Yeah, that's thicker. That's a 14 ounce. But they do weigh what they say. Now, onto the Tilt 350. This is a 16 ounce. This is a similar PU to this. They call this cactus leather. As you can see, it's got all the breather holes as it should. Now, I will say on this, you can see the lining's very baggy. That's going to tear. That is going to tear, and it's somewhere in between the satin and the soft feel. You know that's going to rip. It's the same all the way through the glove. Ooh. Once you get it on, it's not a bad feel on there. It does tilt your wrist slightly. I'm not sure how that makes you punch correctly, but they've got the curve in the thumb similar, but your thumb tends to go like that on an angle, similar to this one, not right down. You know, the good thing about the PU on these, they have sewn quite well around the curve. As you can see, these ones haven't, and this, I tell you, with PU gloves, that can cut the face off you in sparring, so I wouldn't recommend these for sparring. And to be honest, some people give these high reviews on YouTube. The way I look at things like this, or other brands, is how many people come in and ask for them, and how many people, once trying them on, will buy them. This glove has been out now for maybe 3 years, 2.5, 3 years. In all that time, we've sold 3 pairs. Tell a lie, 2 pairs. This is the 3rd one, and it's been here since they first came out. So I don't think people get on with this. It's unique, and I applaud them for doing something different to everybody else. But I don't think people can get on with that. It either puts them off on the look, or when they try them on, it doesn't suit. But it's a slightly thicker PU than the Fly one. So there's your Adidas Speed Tilt 350. Now onto the rival. Now again, this is microfiber PU. This is their top of the range. The main difference is in this being they have the full webbing instead of the little tab there to stop you moving your thumb. It does gather a little bit here, similar to the Adidas, where it'll cut your face. Now these are touted out. When you put your hand in them, they're really comfortable. They are a comfortable glove. It's the same lining, or very similar to what we use in ours. They are a comfortable glove. I do know after about a year, I've never seen a pair rip or anything, but they do start looking a bit tatty, which is fair enough. Now, I'm not a fan of this mesh here, because with sweat, that's the first thing that's going to go. That's the thing I do not like about them. Now, when you see the Fly glove is already broken in, nice and soft. It's hard to get hold of because it's long here. Nice and soft. This one is pretty firm. It's somewhere between medium and hard. It is pretty tough. Now, what Russ does say about these, the owner, his take on a glove is it has to be like this when it's new, so it lasts longer because it takes longer to break in. Well, I think with most boxers, they'll buy a pair of gloves like these, they'll use them 7 or 8 times, then they'll buy the next latest glove and they'll use that 7 or 8 times. So these don't exactly ever get broken in. So they're hard. I mean, they are thick. There's plenty of padding in there, but they are hard. You're gonna feel that on your chin. So I don't entirely agree with Russ Amber's thing there, saying softer gloves don't last long because they're already broken. They are soft. They're soft-ish, but they're made a different way, so you're going to get longer out of them. These ones, these are medium to soft, so you're getting somewhere in between that and that for feel. You do feel these. I would imagine when these, put my teeth back in, when these break in, they're going to feel like them, but they'll last a little bit longer. These ones, a little bit, they're sort of in between that one and the rival, so they're all different. And then you have our Pro Sparring, which is soft on the outer side and more firm in the middle, and then memory foam on the inside. So they're great when you're sparring teammates. They're great. It cause less injuries to your teammates, plus they protect your own hands. That's why they do so well with the pro lads. These are brilliant all-round glove. They come in 12, 14 and 16s. These, I believe, come in 10, 12, 14 and 16s. We're moving up to 18s with those. We're moving up to 18s and 20s with those and those. I think these do up to an 18. Not sure about them. They definitely go up to an 18, maybe a 20. So, realistically, not a bad glove. A few little points that I will say I don't personally like. You may like them, you might have longer fingers, is this is perhaps 1.5 inches too long. This should gradually bend, not aggressively at the very end. this, well, sales speak for themselves. This, it's got a similar curve in the thumb that we have, it's just joined differently. The hard glove, hard wearing. If I had to use a PU or a synthetic on a glove, I would prefer, this would be the best one. I like the feel of this one, but I don't like the way it stitches around corners, and it as you can see, it's very, and this is more the cheaper one. So I'd prefer that on my gloves to that. But I don't use PU. All leather. In fact, future batches of these and these, we're going to be using Italian leather, which is slightly thicker but more supple. A little bit more expensive, but we're not going to charge anywhere near these. So all in all, a PU glove feels okay, apart from being too long here, curve here, no breather holes, but well overpriced. Well overpriced. Another thing I've noticed on them, apart from other things, is if you look on here where the laces have been catching when they've been laced up, it's all starting to frame, crack. Hope you can see that on the camera. Now, it's not just on one glove, it is on, it's not as bad on this one, but you can see it's starting to crack along here. So it's just where the laces have been rubbing. This glove is worse than the left glove on both sides, but it's just where the lace has been. So it does make me think, is it durable, this kind of PU? Like I say, if anybody's had these that are a bit longer than a couple of months like these, let us know if you've had any problems with them. But I would say that is where the laces have been rubbing, nothing else. So, oh, we didn't find this one biased, but I don't, out of this lot, I don't rate these as the worst. I would probably say these are the worst, then these. So they're not as bad, but like I said again, the ones realistically I can't compare them to our leather ones. We don't do a PU version, but if the leather version of this is 450, 500, this is 75. These are 150, going up slightly, and as you know, as I've said, the value for money just isn't there as a PU glove. Again, good glove, PU, well overpriced. And if you want your glove already broken in, that's the one, isn't it? I'd go for it before I go for those, to be fair. So there you go, there you have it. Again, I'm saying it again, I'm not biased. I can't compare a leather glove, even though it's only £75, to £180, $220 PU glove. There you have it. Please like, subscribe, press that thumbs up. We need everything. Need to get more people on board. We've noticed 80% of people who watch our programme don't subscribe, so let's get some of those people on board, and I'll see you next week.